Yo, what is up guys? MumboElite here, and I am done with work. I don't have to go there anymore. Let's go! Now that I'm finished working, I got a bunch of stories I can tell you guys, so let me know in the comments if you guys want to hear this. I can make more videos on it, but today I'm going to start talking about one of them that happened, and this one's pretty good. Our like goal for today, guys, is going to be 6.5 likes. Do it for Harambe. Alright, so this one Wednesday I worked, it was extremely busy. There was 2 servers, there's one on each end of the restaurant, and I basically have to split up seating between the 2 of them. So, right away, one couple comes in, just 2 people, and I sit them on one person's side. And the other server doesn't like that, and starts bitching at me. And he's like, hey man, I'm not going to be tipping you if you keep doing this stuff. You do it all the time and I'm just getting sick of it. It's like, okay dude, whatever. Like I said, this was 2 people, 2 dose, who probably tipped average of maybe $3 because they were awful people. So you're telling me that you're gonna get pissed at me because I sat 2 people that are awful people on the other side of the restaurant, and now you're not gonna tip me for it? Okay. So I was gonna let it go. I was going to be the bigger person, I was going to sit on the next table, and look at that jump shot, holy crap, I'm a beast, but I die right there anyways, so it doesn't matter. But I decided to be a nice person, so a 10 top came in, which means 10 people, and needless to say, there was no kids here, so there's not much you really have to do as a server, but get them food and water, get them a different kind of drink if they want, but that's it. So I rush to the back, I find him, and I say, hey, you got a 10 top, jackass. Sitting someone 10 people is a very good thing. If someone ever sits you 10 people in your server, you normally thank them. You normally say, wow, thank you. I appreciate your existence and I'm going to tip you really well because I'm about to make a shit ton of money off of this. His response from not even looking up from the computer where he was putting their items they ordered down was typing them in, then pushing past me with his shoulder running directly into mine. Now, normally I'm a calm person, but I kind of lost my cool here, and I kind of hit back a little bit. I pushed him in the back, but I was expecting a fight to go down, but he didn't even do anything. He just kept walking away. I'm like, okay, is this how it's going to be tonight? Great. It's going to be a long night. So after that, tables keep coming in. I sit one on one side, one on the other, basically till the whole restaurant's filled. I've never seen it this packed on any night I've ever worked here. On top of that, normally in the building I work in, there's 2 tower rooms, and it can seat about 35 to 40 people at most. So normally people like to reserve parties. So this specific night, there was 2 parties going on, one in each tower, and there was really annoying people in the one guy's side, the server that was hating me at the moment. So this was really great. You got a bunch of people who just come there already pissed now with a pissed server, and you got a host up front, myself, having to deal with all this shit. So what else could go wrong here? What could make this night go from awful to just downright stupid? And I got my answer about half an hour later. I came back out to my stand after taking some dishes to the back, and this old lady was up front. Now, I thought I saw her walk in a long time ago. I thought she was in one of the towers. So I smile at her and I go do my other stuff, because normally when someone comes up there, they're waiting for their loved one or someone that they came with just to leave. They leave together. That's it. They don't need anything from me. If they would approach me when I'm up there. And she didn't. So I keep going on with my stuff, and the second I get back to my host stand, she is furious. So I try to be as nice as I can. I approach the lady with a smile and I say, hi, how can I help you? And right away I get a smack of her attitude, and it hit me right in the face. She said, you can help me get out of this horrible place. And I was like, okay, what's wrong, ma'am? She's like, I want to pay for my food up here. And I was like, I'm sorry, ma'am, I can't do that. I'm a host. The computer's up there. You got to do it at the server. She said, no, I want you to do it right now. So as the quality host that I am, I took a minute and thought to myself, what would be the best way about going about the situation? And I thought to myself, you know what? Maybe if I go to the back for a couple minutes, maybe like 1, 2 tops. Maybe she'll cool down. You know what? Maybe by the time I'm back out here, she's dead. Maybe she just falls over from old age, because she literally looks like death. And she smelled like it too. And I was about a second away from throwing up, so I got my ass straight out of there to the back. So I found myself the server that was just loving me so much that night. And I said to him, I said, hey, you got an old lady up front, and she wants to pay. And he said to me, and I'm not even kidding, he said, all right. In a calm voice, he's like, all right, tell her she can fuck off. That's really going to help with my situation. So I go back up there, and I say to her, he'll be 1 minute. I'm sorry, ma'am. Can you please go wait up there? And she was having none of it. And at this point, she's up there screaming at me. She's in my face, yelling her ass off. So I get my next rational thought, which is take the pile of mints that are sitting on my host stand and just chucking it at her face, hoping that her large ass mouth has a couple of those mints landing in it after I'm done. Because this woman did not stop talking, and she could have used a fucking mint. I can tell you that straight up right now. But being the helpful host that I am, I want to help this girl out. So, ma'am, if you're watching this video right now, I'm going to give you some tips on how to go about the situation. First of all, get off my stand. It's none of my business what your server did to you. It's not my problem. Second of all, about your breath. Just because you didn't brush your teeth this morning and you smoked a cigarette doesn't mean that cigarette's going to cover up the smell of that horrible ass thing coming out of your mouth that literally smells like death. Literally, like you ate a dead raccoon and you just puked it back up, and it's all in your mouth because half of it's in your teeth so far. I think I see some of the fur still stuck in it from that kill you made on the road this morning. Anyways, I don't want to get sidetracked on this horrible human being right here, so we're going to get back to the story. I called the manager out. The server came over. We all had a discussion with her. We finally came to a solution that she should just leave the premises and never come back. So that's exactly what she did. And she left, and eventually tempers calmed down. The server apologized to me after tipping me a helpful $15. I didn't think I was getting anything from his ass, but I did sit him a lot, so I'm proud of that. And once we had a minute to ourselves, he told me the story of what this chick did to him. So I'm going to give you guys a brief preview of it because I don't want to go into too much detail, because from an old lady, this is surprising. I think she needs to go to church a couple more times a day after saying what she said, but I'm going to give you guys a little bit of the rundown. She comes in with her normal group in there, and since the server's used to all the people, he knows all their drinks, he knows kind of what food he's going to get, so he really doesn't have to go in there and help them a whole bunch because, you know, that room's a private room. You want to be by yourself. You're talking to the people in there, whether you're having a meeting or you're chatting with friends. You don't want to get interrupted every 5 minutes from the server. So what he does is he brings in the drinks all at the same time. He brings in the food mostly all at the same time. If you need something, normally you come out and tell him. But he went in there and he gave everyone his stuff, and then the lady said to him, she said, "Son, I think you need to get another job." And he looked at her and he's like, "What do you mean, another job?" She's like, "Well, you're so bad at this one." And he kind of laughed because he thought she was joking at first. And she's like, "No, I'm not joking. Get another job. You suck ass at this one." He's like, "I'm sorry you feel that way, ma'am." She's like, "You know what you did wrong?" It's like, "No, ask what did I do wrong? Can you please tell me?" And she said, "Look at my meal right here. What do you see wrong with it?" It's like, "I don't know. Could you please tell me?" She says, "Look at this potato. It's not a potato." What? What? Like, it's not a potato? It's a freaking potato. How is it not a potato? It's sitting on your plate. It's a potato. Eat the damn potato, lady.